Well, hello people, welcome back to the Master Chief Collection. Here we are back in Halo 2, going to be showing you how to get Quarantine Zone done on Legendary difficulty. Really easy level. Most of the time you're going to be spent in a ghost, and then we're going to do a pretty cool glitch where you can actually go inside the gondola, which makes you skip out the entire gondola ride. You still have to ride the gondola, but you don't have to fight anything. First of all, I'm going to be showing you how to get the collectibles. So the first one up is going to be the skull, then it's going to be the terminal, then it's going to be the Tartarus Toy doll, which is right at the end of the level. So, without further ado, let's get our competitive scoring options all done. If you want that on, Legendary difficulty, no skulls on. I mean, I have the Grunt Birthday Party skull on, but you don't encounter any grunts. I always leave it on. So we're going to go ahead, select all that, and without further ado, we are going to jump straight into Quarantine Zone. So let's go. So once the level starts up, what you want to do, remember you've got to have this on Legendary difficulty. You can get the toy doll and the skull on Legendary difficulty. As for the terminal, I'd probably recommend you putting the Scarab skull on and then just going through on the ghost, and you'll see where it is in just a second. But first of all, here's the Sputnik skull. You want to backtrack through to the part where we landed in Sacred Icon, walk along this beam, and the Sputnik skull is going to be hanging out just at the end here. Up next is the terminal. What you want to do here is, I did think about, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Basically, you're going to be in this room here, and I'll tell you when you get into this room. I'm on the easiest difficulty at the moment. You want to come over to this point just here, but then I suddenly realised I'm actually in the wrong place, so you actually need to go to the other side of the room. It's kind of a mirror image, and there is the terminal, and there is the terminal just there. I went through on the easiest difficulty and got this one because it's pretty simple to get, also really easy to find. There you go, and sorting out my dashboard, don't go back to Minecraft, don't want the game to end, and then boom. Next up is the Tartarus Toy, and what you're going to do is, once the elevator ride or the gondola ride has ended, which it will do any second, you just want to follow the path I take, and then you'll see it. You can see it just there if you were quick, if you have good eyes. There it is, just there. I had the Sputnik skull on for this one, and what I did for this, because I forgot to grab it at the end of the actual guide, so you want to throw it up, and then you just want to bounce up there, and there we have it. You don't have to have the Sputnik skull on, but it does help. So now we got our collectibles, we can actually get on with the level properly. Jump in the ghost here, you're going to be spending quite a bit of time in a ghost in this level. You want to wait for the door to open, go forward, make sure you do a sweet in-air barrel roll and get a splatter kill on the Sentinel just there. Make sure you stick the landing, make it look awesome. I was really happy with that, so I'm kind of glad this it actually made it into my final run. I only died twice. I've cut one of my deaths out, and I've shown you one of my deaths because I want to show you how easy it is. You can fuck up on the jump. Here, boost towards this edge, hold the jump button to lift the nose of the ghost. Move round, watch out, this warthog can aggro onto you, so watch out for that. And in this tunnel, ghosts spawn, can often spawn. They do here, and you'll see just there. One of them spawns, so stick it to the left, make sure that, and just sort of not make sure, just hope they don't kill you. It's like a 50-50 chance whether they notice you or just go through. Underneath these two sentinels, do a 180, hold down the jump button again and boost, lift your nose, that lifts the nose off the ground. Make sure you kind of get a good landing in case the enforcer decides to aggro onto you, I suppose you could say. And then you want to go through this door here, again do the same thing, lift the nose of the ghost by using the jump button, go through here, round to the right, and then go through this little tunnel. Again, we're going to swing it around to the right again. Then you're going to go through here towards that cave, swing around to the left this time, and go straight through the middle. You've got a flood wraith on your right, and you've got a flood wraith on your left. Drive straight towards the cliff face, again using the nose of the ghost. Sorry, lifting the nose of the ghost with the A button. Then he's going to fall off. Sometimes a drop timer can kill you. It's kind of pot luck whether it gets you or not. But then boom, we're through. For those of you who don't know what a drop timer is if you are falling for a long amount of time, and the game will just kill you because obviously you wouldn't be able to survive the fall. Okay, as you saw there, I'll use my fins to sort of pull myself around the obstacles. Go through here, you're going to see one of my first death coming up just there, as it's kind of tricky to hit this jump. You put it into classic graphics because it's easier to see, and then what I try to do here is I try to slide it off, but then it's the way the sort of the texture is. It's kind of not inverted. It's kind of one part of it's raised more than the other, so it can kind of make your ghost flip. So here, well, the best thing to do is come around very slowly, and then just sort of edge yourself off, and then bounce off the wall so it pushes you back. and then you want to swing it around to the right here. Make sure you don't clip the edge, otherwise you might get thrown off like I did there, and sometimes the sentinels will aggro onto you and you die. Come through here, watch out, there's going to be a few flood here, a few of them with shields. Sometimes one can swarm with a rocket launcher, but just boost through there, you should be fine. Here you don't want to hang around too long because there's an enforcer, and if you hang around underneath him, he's going to do his move where he picks you up and then crushes you. Go through here, we're going to be saying bye-bye to the ghost for just a moment. You want to get out of it, run forward, and once you get to the lip of the sort of tunnel here, activate your camo. Jump. What happened there is I bounced off a rock, so I couldn't jump, and I bumped into one of the flood. Chances are your camo is going to run out, but what that enables us to do is skip the rocket flood. So that we've skipped the rocket flood, and if he does come back after you, you are going to die, unfortunately. So, you know, it's you can always tell from the checkpoints what's going to happen next. So if he does come back for you and you die, just make sure you hang around there and like maybe jump over to him and then kill him with his sword. It's never happened with me though, so that's good. Speaking of rockets, you want to pick up your rocket launcher just here. You can activate your camo if you want. It's more to stop this ghost, which you're going to see fly past me just there, splattering you. He didn't with me. You've got a flood wraith just there, and a bunch of flood combat forms. Boost past them all. At this point it gets kind of difficult sometimes, as you got a gorse hog. One hit from that and you're pretty much fucked. So here he just misses me by a few meters. Thankfully, it's when he's coming down, they're not the most accurate of shots. Here you want to swing it out wide. That avoids the wraith just here, and also it puts us in plain view of the area just there. And what that does is that spawns the two ghosts, and that means they aren't going to try and splatter us. And also we've got a nice wide area we can just boost through here. Make sure you're not getting shot at too much, otherwise you're going to die as you come through the door, because obviously you'll be in bottlenecks. You don't have to bring the ghost through here if you don't want to. I just did because I was still on it. And you want to ride all the way up here, and you're going to get a cutscene in a second, and then we're going to skip the entire gondola ride, just like we did in my part-time guides. Now for that, what I do first is I just give my allies these weapons here, just give them a better chance against the flood. And then what you want to do is just follow what I'm doing here. You want to run all the way to the back of the gondola. This enables us to skip the entire ride, so you don't have to fight any flood. Jump up onto this little ledge here, and then you want to make sure you jump. You're a bit further away, and then you jump diagonally in a sense like that. And if you want, you can always crouch jump. Walk up here. Make sure you're holding forward on the analog stick all the way. You've got to keep going, keep going, keep going. You're going to fall through the graphics just like that. Boom. That means you landed. You're now inside the gondola. You're safe. This is going to be sped up to times 16 speed. That's pretty much it for the level, guys. Now all you need to do is you need to take the path which I take. I take it a bit cautiously because I couldn't remember if there was any flood at the end of the level, which I didn't want to get killed by. As always, people, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the Gravemind, the most horrible mission in the entire Halo franchise, coming out next.